Hello, my lovelies, my brilliant paradigm students, my writers, my readers. Y'all have really shown me some growth over this semester and last semester. If you had me last semester, I've really seen exponential growth from a lot of you, and it's really exciting. I met with the principal yesterday and just kind of highlighted some of my student work and just showed her some of the growth from like September until now. And you may not recognize it, but I do. And I can just tell that your writing has gotten a lot more um, what organized and clear and things like that. So again, if you don't notice it, just know that your English teacher, your dear teacher, Miss Carlson, does notice. All right. So this is 2.04. I'm just going to call it 2.04 for now. In fact, I think I'm going to take out that A for now because I just kind of want it to be, okay, why is it not working? Well, we're going to leave the A for now, I guess. Okay. So this is the career and lifestyle reflections blog post. We're going to do a draft first, which, we've done before. And actually it's going to work a little bit differently. You'll see what I mean coming up here. The essential question for 2.04 is, does the career or post high school plan I'm considering actually support the life I want to live? And so that essential question is just supposed to like sit with us or kind of, be in the back of our heads as we are kind of going through some of the tasks here. So the expectations in the next few pieces of this 2.04, this career explorations module, you will be completing steps necessary to write a reflective blog post reflecting on what you learned from completing 2 of the Zello lessons. Some of the other Zello lessons are going to kind of come into play, but I'm mainly focusing in 2.04 on careers and lifestyle costs and work values, which you should have done in 2.03. If you haven't done those yet, you're going to need to do that before you enter into 2.04. All right. Oh, shoot. And something just eluded me that there was something I wanted to mention. Oh, well, maybe it'll come back to me. So you should be fairly, if not very, comfortable with blog posts at this point if you have, been doing what you were assigned to do up until now. But I am going to give you a tutorial too. So do not fret if you still don't feel very confident because I will lead you by the hand. All right, overview. So Zello lesson reflections, which I just mentioned. So we're mainly focusing on careers and lifestyle costs and work values, those 2 lessons that you did in Zello. So you may need to kind of review or go back to those or have those open while you're working in 2.04, just so that you can kind of remind yourself what it is that you answered and what you learned from that. If you're like me, I don't retain all of that, so I have to go back and review sometimes. And then I want you to be thinking again about that essential question: does the career or plan that I'm considering actually support the life I want to live? And you'll notice sometimes I say plan because so my son took kind of a non-traditional approach after high school, and he worked for 1 year, so that that was kind of part of his plan, right? So he didn't like jump into a career. He just did a job for about a year, and then he took his ASVAB and things and went into the Air Force. And he didn't really know exactly what career he was going to do in the Air Force. You got to get through basic training, you got to get through other things before you kind of get, put into a certain path. And so it might be more of a plan that you're doing than necessarily a career. You might be doing some job shadowing, or you might be traveling or something. So anyway, I just want you to know that's what I mean when I say slash plan, because not everybody jumps into a career. All right. And then you're going to be creating a draft, and I'm using air quotes that you can't see right now. But I'm going to, again, kind of do things in steps with you. So I'm going to give you certain templates and things, and then you're going to create reflective, informative writing that includes development and revision. Really good writers have revision, right? I mean, nobody writes something perfectly the first time. It might be okay, it might be good, but revision is part of the writing process. So our lesson targets are, and not just in this particular lesson, but in 204 overall, I want you to be kind of showing how you can analyze what your preferred career or plan um, does that aligns with your lifestyle that you're looking for. And that's why you did that lifestyles lesson. And then I want you to be identifying your top work values, which, again, you did in that lesson. But I want you to kind of remember what those are. I think you put them in your digital notebook, your original slides, so that you have them there. I want you to be able to evaluate whether your career supports your values and your lifestyle goals. And then I want you to reflect on any surprises that came out of those lessons, any confirmations, any tensions that you noticed when you were going through those lessons, what next steps you might take so that your plan and your career and your lifestyle goals, are more achievable. And again, I'll kind of show you what I mean by that. And then I want you to be able to show me that you can organize your ideas clearly. When you post to your blog, I want you to be able to embed images, embed outside links that support what you're saying. And I want to be able to hear your voice when you read. And then, of course, we're always writing in complete sentences. We're giving clear explanations. We're fighting. Ooh. We are following our class writing non-negotiables. I shouldn't be seeing spelling errors and at least really crazy, punctuation errors. We're using periods, we're using question marks, we're not putting everything in one big block, right? And again, I will help you with some of that. All right. And I just wanted to show you too, because you probably, I want to pull back the curtain and show you that when I prepare lessons, when I design lessons, and, all of your teachers have to do this, we have to meet Wisconsin grade level standards for the subject that we teach. So for me, it's ELA, English Language Arts. And what I'm highlighting in 2.4, but what you've been showing me this year through this blog writing is that we're meeting certain Wisconsin standards. And one of them is reflective and informative writing. One of them is clear organization and audience purpose. When we have a blog, we're writing for a real audience. That you can show me the use of multimedia and links in your blog, that you are integrating informational resources or sources into your writing, that you are using language choices that are appropriate to the context that we're writing in and the genre. And in this case, we're, again, that real live, real world audience is our genre. And then also that you are able to develop your writing, you're able to revise your writing to make it more clear, to make it deeper. And so I want you to know that when I give you feedback that says that, I want you to tweak some things or revise some things, it's not, you're not in trouble in any way whatsoever. It's just strengthening your writing. So, career and lifestyle reflections. This is going to be everybody's blog post title. Please, please, please don't waste your time and my time by having a different title. I'm looking for this title specifically in this blog post so that, I hate to say it, but it kind of is, because it makes it a little easier to grade for me, but also because I want to be able to look at your blog and see a progression from semester 1 to semester 2. And I want to be able to just go bing, bing, bing. I can find those titles. So everybody's blog post title for this new blog post is going to be career and lifestyle reflections. And that's what I want to see. Your subtitle, which again, I'm going to show you how to do this, but your subtitle is going to be your career or plan choice. So registered nurse, welder, Air Force, electrician, oh my gosh, whatever, whatever you chose as your numero uno choice for this class anyway. Is it set in stone for you for real in real life? Absolutely not. It doesn't have to be, but you got to get through these lessons, right? So choose something that you are kind of excited to look into a little bit more and learn about. All right. So I'm going to show you how to do this, but your blog has, you have a different theme than I do here. Mine's pretty boring. But here is how your post is going to start out. So, you've got your banner up there, and then everybody's title is going to be career and lifestyle reflections. And then your subtitle or your header is going to be your chosen plan. So, just for the sake of the example, I put landscape architect. And then everybody is going to have the exact same introductory paragraph, because I want you to get a feel for what an introductory paragraph should look like and what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to introduce to your reader what you're going to be talking about, right? So our introductory paragraph, everyone's, is going to be this. An essential question we are being asked as part of our career explorations unit is, does the career or post-high school plan I'm considering actually support the life I want to live? Within this blog post, I will be answering this question as I consider the Zello lessons I completed recently, namely the careers and lifestyles costs lesson and the work values lesson. All right. So that is what your paragraph is going to be. And what I've done is I have given you a slide. It's coming up here. Here, I'll just show it to you. All right. I've given you a slide where you've got some live things here, so that you can just cut and paste them into your blog post. And you're welcome, because I know that you're going to really like being able to just cut and paste instead of having to type that all out. All right. Slide 9 says we're going to do things in a slightly different way than we have before. I hope it will work for everyone. I've got my fingers crossed, and it might not, but I think it will. So I have really high hopes. We're going to write our blog post in stages instead of having a set of slides devoted to a draft. Partly because some of the draft slides for our last or our first post of the semester 2, I don't think the concept really came through for some students. And so the draft slide that I wanted to see, like how it's going to look before you post it, didn't always translate very well for me. So I'm going to see how this method turns out. And if it works better, then I might do this next year too. All right. So you're not going to be able to click play on this right now because I'm recording it right now. But once I've recorded it, I'm going to put this video that I'm recording right now in this slide. And then what you're going to be doing is copying and pasting these things into your blog post. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment. This slide, I want you to type in what your top 3 career choices are. And that, I believe you did for me on a couple different assignments. I think on the yellow and I think it was like a yellow and green slide. I'm trying to remember here. Maybe I can find it quickly. Where's my original set of slides? Let's see. I think it was like 203B. You put like there it is, 3 careers. It was from 203A. So your 3 career slides. So, I mean, if you want to change them, you can. You don't have to put these in there, but it's going to look kind of weird in your slideshow later if it's a different 3. But if you want to change them, I'm fine with that, because I want you to be excited about what you're learning about. So based on the Matchmaker quiz, my top 3 career choices are, and then just say what your top 3 career choices are. If I have to narrow it down to one, I'll choose blank, right? Because there's one that we're going to be writing about today, or this in this part of the module. And then what I'd like you to do is use the slider to show how confident you feel about your chosen career or post-high school plan. So let's say here you put, let me think. executive chef. Let's say executive chef. And then here you're going to say how comfortable you feel or how confident you feel about that choice of, executive chef or, going into the military or whatever it is. So 1 is not confident at all. 5 is the most confident. And if you notice, I put this little slider here. And if you kind of like click on it and then drag it to where like how confident you feel. So here I would know you are a 4. Okay. So there's your little slider. All right. That is as far as I'm going to go on today's, as far as I'm going to go in the slides, but let me show you I'm going to have you just start your blog post. And so you're just going to keep it as a draft for now. So let me show you what I mean. So of course you're going to go to your blog. And this is just my, like me pretending I'm a student. Oh shoot. I wanted to go to my dashboard. Oh, it's not taking me there. All right, hang on. Try something different here. Let's see, maybe I haven't signed in on this one yet. Can't remember what it is. I'm forgetting my EduBlogs sign in. Oh well, I'll just go to the why is it not? Only because I'm recording. Is it not working for me? Well, I'll tell you what we can do. I don't even know if some of you even know this. If you're on our homepage and you go to the class blog, click it. Oh, I wanted to show you something else too. Did you see we have a countdown now? We have a countdown in our homepage. All right, here we go. Paradigms English 2. Why is it not letting me? It must have signed me out for some reason. No, there we go. I don't know why it did that. Okay, so if I go to me as a student, you get to see behind the scenes here. Here it is. Then I want to go to my dashboard. Okay, so you're going to sign in to your account. If you have trouble signing in, let me know. I can get that worked out for you. So I go to, let's move this little guy. I want to go to posts. Make sure you're creating a post and not a page. We learned that way, way back at the beginning, what the difference is between a post and a page. A page is static. Posts keep adding. They keep coming in chronological order. So pages is a fixed thing, like your About Me page. All right. So this time you're doing a post. So you're going to add a post. And here's where that title goes. And we talked about the fact that the title is going to be Career and Lifestyles Reflections. And so if I go here to slide 10 and just copy, there we go. And then remember I said that your heading or your subtitle, which I think is a heading in our blogs, is your chosen career. So, whatever that was. Architect. I hope I spelled that right. Okay. And then if you click enter, it'll say type to choose a block. And this time I'm just going to use the regular font here, the regular type. And this is where I can go back to that slide again and take this introductory paragraph and copy and paste that here. All right. That's all I want you to do for now until we meet again. Oh, hold on. We're going to do this. Save draft. Don't publish this yet. Just do save draft. And then I'm going to be asking you at some point, I'm going to be looking at your post. But don't worry about that just yet. For now, I just want you to save draft. I may decide after I am done recording this video that I want to see what you did. But I think we're good. I think I might just have you tell me in a text in your submission that you did this, and then I can go and look at your blog. All right, so that's all we're going to do for this for now. Until we meet again, talk to you soon.